yogis, we're going to go through some yoga flexibility today. So just to loosen you up, maybe a little yoga burst first thing in the morning. So if you want to find yourself in a child's pose, take our knees to the edges of the mat, sink back onto your heels, scoop your hands forward and release your forehead towards the mat. And if your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can always rest a blanket or towel just underneath your forehead to give you a little support. As you inhale, creep your fingertips forward to stretch out your shoulders. With every exhale, sink your hips a little bit closer towards your heels. Let's find that soft breath in through your nose, filling your belly, filling your lungs. And as you exhale, allow your body to sink a little deeper towards the floor. Take some cleansing breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Big inhale, fill your belly. As you exhale, sink a little bit deeper towards the floor. One more big inhale. And exhale to let it go. With an inhale, slowly rise, coming to a tabletop position, planting your hands underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers nice and wide and bringing your knees directly underneath your hips. We're going to take some cat and cow movements, but we're going to incorporate our child's pose. So very sweepy movements. Take an inhale as you lift your chest, gaze forward, shoulder blades back, keeping your arms nice and straight. As you exhale, round your spine towards the ceiling, pressing your hands into the mat, sink your hips towards your heels into a child's pose, keeping your arms nice and straight, nice and long. Inhale, scoop forward, lifting your chest, releasing your belly down towards the floor. As you exhale, round your spine, hollow out your belly, sink towards your heels. Follow these movements with your breath as you inhale. Draw shoulder blades back. And exhale as you round, sinking your hips down. Maybe closing your eyes as you go through each movement just to feel how it feels in your spine. As you lengthen and stretch. We'll take a couple more here. Using that breath, inhale to lift, draw shoulders back. Exhale as you round, taking those hips down. And we'll slowly come back up to a neutral tabletop position. And just take some hip circles here. So sending your hips down towards your heels, rolling your hips forward and just slightly taking shoulders over your wrists as you scoop back over, hips towards the heels. Circling in one direction. And then just taking it into your opposite direction. Just using your breath in and out through your nose. Just allowing your breath to take over. Come back to your neutral position. You're going to step the right foot forward and frame your right foot with your hands. And just making sure that your left knee is further back than your left hip. We're going to circle out that right hip in one direction. If you have blocks or any other props you can use, if you need to put those underneath your hands as added support, if the floor feels far away, feel free. Just taking some nice loose hip movements, really kind of hugging that right thigh in towards your torso. So just making those circles as big as they possibly can and just circling the opposite direction. Your foot may come to the nice edge, which is fine. Just notice what feels good in your body. And then coming back to neutral, just sink into your hips right there. Taking that right knee over your right ankle. And either coming up onto the tops of your fingertips and just stepping your right knee back. We'll take some more hip circles. Just a couple, planting your hands, sending your hips round and down, and then just in the opposite direction. Just loosening up and coming back to neutral. And step your left foot forward. Frame your left foot with your hands. And then we'll just take those hip circles in one direction. Fingertips to the floor. Just loosening up. You may feel a few cracks in places that might want to come out. If you're tight, this is a great one to use if you have just got up, just to loosen you up. Also, if you've done a lot of cardio, and just take that in the opposite direction. And you may find that this feels different on each side. If you've got one side that's tighter than the other, which most people do, I do. And then coming back to neutral, just sinking into your left hip. Just holding it here for a moment. And then just slowly take that left knee back and find your tabletop and come into some more hip circles. But this time just really, just take them a little bit extra. So moving your head and your shoulders. You might want to close your eyes so that you can just feel how these movements feel in your body. And just like pretend no one's watching. And just do whatever feels good so that you can sort of unwind. I'm imagining I don't know, imagine you've got a paintbrush in your belly button and you're circling, making a number 8. So you can circle around in one direction with your body and then circle in the opposite direction. Just making any little movements that feel good. And then come back to your neutral tabletop position. We are going to untuck the toes, send hips up high to your downward facing dog, and keeping the hands in line with your hip, in line with your shoulders, and feet in line with your hips. Send your hips back. We'll just pedal out the feet, so bending one knee at a time, and draw one heel closer to the floor and then the other. Just drawing your chest towards your thighs, hooking your armpits in toward your head. So you can incorporate your hips into this movement, just to loosen everything up. By taking all these little fluid movements, we just loosen any tightness in the lower spine, in the hips, and the shoulders. Let's come back to a neutral position, so sink into your hips, bend the knees just a little bit. Just relax your head down. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, scoop forward to a high plank. Take your shoulders over your wrists. Pressing your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Keep your hips in line with your spine. Hold it here. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees. Keep your knees bent. And send your hips up high to your downward dog. Keep a little bend in your knees as you slowly take your hips up. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, scoop forward to a high plank. Hips in line with your spine, draw your navel in. Hold it here, inhale. Exhale with bent knees, slowly send it back. Hips up towards the ceiling. A little downward dog, but bent knees. Take a few more of these, use your breath. Inhale. Exhale, scoop forward to high plank. Draw your navel in. Exhale, send it back, downward dog. Using your breath as you scoop forward to high plank. Exhale, send your hips back, keeping your knees bent. Really pressing your shoulders into your back. Holding it here in your high plank. Slowly send it back. So finding these little rolls forward and little rolls back. Finding that strength in your arms. Just loosening up those shoulders. One more time, hold your high plank and send it back. Hold your downward dog here and just straighten out the legs as much as it feels comfortable. We'll take a big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take your feet a little bit wider apart towards the edges of your mat. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat, finding a forward fold at the back, and just hang heavy here. Soften your breath. Bring your feet a little bit closer together so that they're hip width apart. As you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lift up halfway. Draw your shoulder blades back. Exhale, let it go, release your head down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Lifting your chest forward, pressing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. A couple more times, inhale and lift, draw shoulder blades back. And exhale to release, bring your head a little bit closer towards your legs. And inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Bring your fingertips to the mat, slowly take your feet wider apart once again so they come to the edges of your mat. Bend your knees generously so your arms are just hanging. We're slowly going to roll up to stand with bent knees, slowly coming up, reaching arms up high. Take a big body stretch, palms together, slight back bend. And slowly bend your knees, release your hands towards the floor and just let it go. Slowly roll up with bent knees. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, palms together, reach. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, lower your arms down, let it go. Inhale, slowly rise. Bent knees, reach your arms up tall, palms together. Bending the knees slowly, roll all the way down. One more time, slowly roll back up, reaching your arms up high. And exhale, bend your knees, roll all the way back down. And this time, bring your feet towards each other, hip width apart. Walk your fingertips forward towards the top of your mat and find your high plank. Hold it here nice and strong. Draw your navel in, inhale. Exhale. You can release your knees or just bending your elbows lower all the way down to the floor. Untuck your toes, pressing your hands into the mat directly underneath your shoulders, and exhale all your breath. Squeeze your elbows into your body as you inhale, lift your chest, draw your shoulder blades together. Just imagining you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Keep your neck nice and long, finding your mini cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift your chest. Maybe lift the hands off your floor. And exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift back up. Maybe lift the hands. Hold it here. Draw your shoulder blades back. Lift your chest. And exhale, release back down. This time, take your hands a little bit closer towards your rib cage. Press yourself up. Maybe a little bit higher. You can keep your elbows bent or press up and press yourself up with the top of your feet to your upward dog. So arms are nice and straight, pressing your chest forward, drawing shoulder blades together. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, roll all the way back down. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, untuck your toes. Press up to your downward facing dog, hips up nice and high. Take a big inhale through your nose. Audible exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale as you step or walk to the top of your mats. Find your forward fold. Inhale as you rise, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart center. Closing your eyes for a moment, take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach your arms up tall, interlace your fingers, releasing your pointy finger. Exhale over to your right side. Just lifting from your waist. Inhale to reach and exhale back to center. Inhale, reach even taller. Exhale, send it over to the left. Inhale to lengthen and exhale back to center. Inhale to reach and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to a high plank, holding it nice and strong here. Draw your navel and rib cage in and press your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your knees to the mat, hook your arms into your body, lower all the way, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, scoot forward to cobra, draw your shoulder blades back. Exhale as you tuck your toes, press up high, downward dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Bend your knee, bring your knee into your nose, hollow out your belly, come up onto your left toes and just scooping forward so that your shoulders are above your wrists. Hold it here, inhale. Exhale, step or grab your foot and bring it forward, coming to your runner's lunge and just hinging forward and back on your left toes. Softening your breath. Steady that movement. Take an inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up tall, interlacing your fingers. Exhale, over to your right side. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, over to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Hold it nice and strong here. Inhale. Exhale, either lower knees, chest, chin, or scoot forward and lower halfway to your low plank. Inhale to your cobra or upward dog. Draw your shoulder blades back, press the top of your feet into the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, crunch it in. Hollow out your belly, come up on your right toes, scooping forward, shoulders above wrists. And slowly step or grab your foot, bring it forward, runner's lunge. Fingertips to the floor, hinging forward and back onto your right toes. Find your breath. Steady the movement, take an inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale and rise, reach your arms up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a cleansing breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach up tall, interlace your fingers. Exhale, over to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to your high plank. Holding it here, inhale. Exhale, find your chaturanga. Knees to the mat or low plank. Inhaling to your cobra or upward dog. Draw your shoulders back, lift your chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale as you step your right foot forward, finding your runner's lunge. Take an inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and rise, arms towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, over to your right. Inhale to center. Exhale, over to your left. Inhale, reach. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to high plank. Holding it here, inhale. Exhale, lowering halfway. Inhaling your cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Sending your left leg forward between your hands. Find your runner's lunge. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Just hang heavy here. Take your feet to the edges of your mat. Taking your toes off the mat, but keeping your heels on the mat. And scooping down to your squat pose. So drawing your elbows in towards your body, pressing your palms together. You'll notice my back is not straight, so we're not going to be here for very long. And you can always sit on a block in this position. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lower your bottom to the mat. Bring your feet in front of you. We're going to find our boat pose. So lifting your chest and taking your hands underneath your knees. Roll the shoulder blades back. Lift your feet off the floor. Maybe lift the legs a little higher. Maybe extend the arms. We're going to lower down to the mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a full body stretch. Reach up tall, big inhale. And exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze and rock side to side. Take your arms out to a T or to cactus. We're going to gently take the hips to the left and send your legs, your knees over to the right. Finding your supine twist. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Gaze towards your left hand. Relax your left shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, roll onto your back. Bringing the hips back to center. Shift your hips slightly to the right. Send your knees over to your left. Finding your supine twist on this side. Take a big inhale. And exhale as you gaze over to your right hand. Let your shoulders settle towards the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rolling onto your back. Bringing your hips back to center. And you can take your arms down by your sides or up overhead for more of a challenge. Rooting your back into the mat. Press your heels forward so that your knees become parallel with your hips. So just holding your legs at a right angle, squeezing your belly button in. So really pressing your back into the mat, squeezing that tummy, holding it here. If you don't feel much, press your heels away so you can really feel your core engagement. Holding it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower your feet down. Take your feet to the edges of your mat. Your knees together. You can release your arms down by your sides if they're not there already. And just sway your knees side to side. Windshield wiper your legs. And coming back to neutral, bring your feet together. So keeping your heels directly underneath your knees, squeeze your inner thighs together. If you want more feedback and you really want to work those inner thighs, recommend putting a block between your thighs or a book. And let's take an inhale, lift your hips up high, finding your bridge pose. Just holding it here, keep the hips lifted, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs. Lift your arms up overhead, send those hips a little bit higher, tucking your chin to your chest, and slowly release everything back down, arms down by your sides. Inhale, lift your hips up high, press your pelvis up towards the ceiling, squeeze it all in. Reach your arms up over your head. And nice and slow, release your back down to the mat, arms down by your sides. The slower you release back down, the more you will feel each vertebrae. So let's go slower next time. Inhale, lift back up. Reach your arms up over your head. And this time, just try and make one vertebrae by vertebrae release to the floor. It'll feel a little bit like a massage the slower you go. Releasing your back, releasing your arms. Try and make that feel really good. And draw your knees in, give yourself a tight squeeze, rock side to side. Pull your knees slightly apart and grab your feet from the inside of your legs, but grab the outside of your feet. If that's not within range, you can just grab your knees and just keep those legs open. Coming to a happy baby pose that feels good for you. Soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Draw your knees in towards your armpits, and you can just rock side to side to massage that lower spine. Just soften your breath here. It feels quite nice. You can give yourself a little smile as we come to the end, and this feels really good. And I'm sure babies smile when they're in this position as well. And slowly bringing your knees back together. Just take your legs down to the mat, extend them nice and long. Take your arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. Draw your shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin into your chest and just release any excess skin around your glutes. Just let your legs go nice and wide. Close your eyes. Just soften your breath here. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And just notice if you're holding any areas of tension in your body right now. And see if you can soften those areas with every breath. Allowing the body to sink towards the floor. If you have time within your day to stay here, I recommend that you do. And just allow your body to sink.